I think we're live. I don't think anybody's watching yet, but that's okay. If anybody does tune in and you hear an echo, just let me know. I had some problems with echoing this morning. I do believe I fixed it though. But I'm gonna play Baldur's Gate tonight. And we're just gonna jump right into a new game. And I'll just let the first cutscene play out. I mean, I hate the tentacled tadpole monster. I mentioned before, but I can't hear the stream, so if there's any echoing, let me know. I had a lot of problems with it when I was testing earlier. But the first thing we're going to do is create a character. I put a lot of thought into this because I usually play a sorcerer, but I don't want this to be exactly like my main playthrough, so I think I'm gonna play a bard with a similar spread to my sorceress. Just so I can play a similar game, but not exactly the same game. So I'm just gonna play a tiefling bard. But I've never played a bard before. I feel like they're pretty generic. I've seen a lot of people playing bards. But I've also seen it looks like they have the best dialogue options. So I'm excited for that. Bards are support characters, so they've got a little bit of healing and mostly buff themselves and their allies or debuff the enemy. Which is very different for what I usually play, since I play a sorceress and they're usually hit hard and get out of the way type characters. I don't usually play support. I also want to do a background I haven't done before. And I know what characters I want to use. So I want to make sure it doesn't match any of their backgrounds either. Since you can get inspiration based on your backgrounds, and I don't want to double up on any of them, I want to show as many different inspirations as possible. Probably this one. That would make sense. I don't actually plan with starting my stats at 8, but I like to see it at its basics and then build it up from there. I want as much charisma as possible because I think that's my spellcasting modifier and because charisma is super handy in the game. So if you're not familiar with the way the stats work in D&D, 10 is average, so 10 is no pluses, no minuses. 2 points less than 10 is a -1, and every 2 points over 10 is a +1. That's for any ability checks, saving throws, etc. I'm not going to put any strength because a bard doesn't need strength. There we go, I'm pretty happy with that. And then for skills, see if they gave her perception. All the social skills, that's fine. And appearance. I'm gonna try not to spend too long on appearance, just because I kind of want to get this going.
What was that?
Let's hope the locals are friendly.
Hells. Something just woke up down here.
Be wary.
It's opened.
There's magic keeping this chest sealed.
What was that?
Hells. Something just woke up down here.
There we go, I like that one. Actually, like I said, I'm going to try not to spend too much time here just because I have a habit of spending way too long in character creation. But the character creation in this game is fantastic. There we go. They give you a lot of options. It's not like Sims level crazy with the character creation, but I think it's pretty good. There we go. actually, I like that hairstyle. I think I just want to be a little bit more exotic with the highlight color. Oh, the highlight just goes into her ponytail. Let's try... Yeah, actually, that'll work. I don't know, the game actually gave me some pretty good default options this time. Alright. I also considered a name a bunch for this. So the character I usually play is called Stelmaria, and I wanted this to be kind of similar, but not exactly the same. So I'm going with Bellatrix. It's the name of a star, so I think it's a similar vibe. I'm also not going to spend a lot of time on the Guardian, just because I know it doesn't matter that much, at least from what I've played through the game, and I've played up through most of Act 3. So I'm just going to let it randomize something until I get something I kind of like. That'll work. I'm going to let this cutscene run as well. Yeah, you can customize the Guardian to be pretty much whatever you want. There's a couple of races that aren't available for it. I think Dragonborn. Yeah, I don't know why Dragonborn's not available for the Guardian. You can play a Dragonborn, you just can't have a Dragonborn Guardian. I mean, I'd say it's a pretty bad day if you're ending it literally in hell. All right.
My head.
So, I want to move a couple of things around real quick. I don't want to spend too much time customizing the hotbars, but there's a couple of things I want in certain places just so I know what I'm doing going forward. There we go. Oh, I start without a weapon. That's fun. Well, correction. It looks like I start with a bow and arrow. Okay. Oops. There we go. That'll do for now. All right. Ohio's not
That
hell.
thing came from the parasite now writhing behind your eye.
I think this is the first skill check available in the game. And I failed it. That's fun.
You notice nothing more than meets the eye.
Well, blow myself up then. Alright. So we'll just
Where
look
the
around
hells
this
are we?
room. I don't think there's anything
Not everyone made it out
particularly
alive.
interesting in here, but you can examine some of the other pods and find these.
Visions project into your mind. A nautiloid hurtling through the plains, resplendent with psionic energy.
I find it the creepiest thing that the books for the mind flayers don't like read words, they like project images. Also, I kind of hate the nautiloid. It's like being inside a body. It's kind of the point. The ship's supposed to be like a living thing, but it's a very creepy aesthetic.
Dead. Good. Someone else got out.
Like I said, I don't think there's much here. They are randomized though, because I don't think I've ever found a bomb in this chest before. It also took me a long time to realize, but if you're playing a character with dark vision, like a tiefling, they have flashlight eyes.
Odd. I feel better.
But you can find some bodies and loot them. Oops.
Images of goblins, their habits and histories flash into your mind.
There's a bunch of these slates around.
Schematic of a nautiloid flashes into your mind. Nerves, sinews, as much living being as ship. A feeling penetrates your mind. An anomaly, one like ourselves, unconnected from the whole. Caution.
Here we go.
Worlds beyond worlds flash before your eyes. Empires of a grand design traversed by ships just like this.
Oh my gosh. I've never played with headphones before. The little voice saying help us in this room is terrifying with headphones on.
1,000 years of humanoid history, elves, dwarves, humans, and more flash behind your eyes.
We are here.
Oh god, that's terrifying.
Yes, you've come to save us from this place. From this place, you'll free us.
The exposed brain quivers in expectation.
Please. Before they return. They return. A newborn. Born new from this husk.
You know no creature like this. One that is more brain than person.
If you pass the check, it'll tell you it's an intellect devourer, and it's a servant to the mind flayers.
The enemy. So many enemies. Remove us from this body. From this case. Free us.
I love the voice for this thing. It's appropriately terrifying. You'll also see this in a lot of the options. You're usually given a bunch of different skills to do the same thing to allow for different character builds. I gave her a bunch of dexterity, so we'll try this one. Oh my gosh. I almost failed. This is also disgusting.
The brain lifts from the skull. But you notice an opportunity. You could cripple the strange creature, making it more subservient, should it prove a threat.
Why not? Fail. I've never failed that check before. I don't know what it does. Oh, it runs away! Well, I deserve that. That's fine. If you either don't mutilate it or pass the mutilating it check, it joins you. It's kind of helpful this early in the game, but this is fine. Just move on.
Abomination. This is your end.
Your head throbs and your skin tingles. Visions rush past. A dragon's wing, a silver sword, and a flash of your face seen through the strange woman's eyes.
Oh. My head. What is this? Sklar. You are no thrall. Vlaakith blesses me this day. Together, we might survive.
15's a fairly moderate check. It's high for this early in the game, but late game there's checks that are like 30. which are outrageously difficult to pass.
Who am I? Your only chance of survival.
I like that she doesn't tell you her name, but because of the settings, it's there in the text. The dice can't roll higher than 20. The checks can go higher than that because you get bonuses to rolls.
We carry mind flayer parasites. Unless we escape, unless we are cleansed, our bodies and minds will be tainted and twisted. Within days, we will be Geich, mind flayers. We can do nothing until we escape. That must be our priority. First, we exterminate the imps. Then we find the helm and take control of the ship. We will address the matter of a cure for this infection once we reach the material plane.
And this is the first battle in the game. I usually don't struggle with this. I also usually don't play as support characters, so we'll see how this goes. Seems like it's going fine so far. I do plan on using Lae'zel later, so I'm gonna take a second to fix some of these hotbar options too. Oh hey, I've never had a bard, so I've never seen the bardic roll here before. Again, gonna try not to spend too long, whoops, with the hot bars.
This is your end.
Ah.
I am fury. I am death.
There we go.
I will not know failure.
The first battle's pretty easy,
You prove surprisingly adequate in battle.
but
Now,
the big
to the
takeaway
helm.
is that you can loot the bodies for extra weapons. Can I use a scimitar? Yeah, but not well. Actually, I want that. You can loot any dead bodies you find, by the way, not necessarily just the bad guys. So if you happen to want to loot the random dead abducted people everywhere, you can.
Ship won't be able to take another dragon attack. We need to get out before it's too late.
I think I might be able to use a rapier, though. I can. There we go. Something for close combat. I'm also going to give one of these crossbows to Lae'zel because they're better than her short bow. There we go.
Alright, what now?
Alright. I don't know, I just used to feel really bad about stealing gold off dead bodies. I got over it real fast, though.
Ghaik machinery. I can make no sense of it.
The man isn't dead, but he's totally unresponsive.
Well, this is delightful.
Life flickers in his eyes, but he seems totally unaware of his surroundings.
Deal with the person in the pod in a second.
Unleash. Can't read this script.
Well, I only passed a check on reading one of the buttons, so I'm gonna press that.
Psionic energy radiates from the prisoners, but they do not react.
Alright, well, let's press a different one. Oh, that was a bad
She made
choice.
them hostile.
I will ascend.
Can you reach the other one? Not by walking. Shoot it! You missed.
Make way.
That was a lot of damage.
I am fury. I am death.
So the first time I played this game, I completely missed the person trapped in the pod. Like, I walked right past her. Oh, hey, there's a backpack. And felt really bad later.
We have no time for stragglers.
The construction is too alien. Nothing looks familiar.
This ship is crashing. Do you intend to die for a stranger?
So this pod's one of the first instances I found of your class making a difference in playing the game. If you're playing a sorceress, or presumably some other arcana-focused class, you can actually figure out how this works by passing a few checks, and you're not about to have to do everything I'm gonna do.
The console appears dormant. The mechanisms are completely unrecognizable at first, but then you spy an empty socket.
Whatever fits in that socket must power this thing.
Oh my gosh! The intellect devourers are hot. That's never happened before. It must be because I failed the check on the first one. Usually these things walk right by me and don't bother me at all. That's unfortunate.
You are not us! You must be terminated!
Oh no! Oh, this is about to go very poorly. This is why I wanted a rapier, though. Just gonna walk away from here. Jeez. Just gonna walk over here to the healy thing. There we go. Alright, let's look around for something to power the console.
Faint images appear in your mind. A brain, a Githyanki warrior, and centuries of darkness.
Ugh. And this is a brain in a jar that I'm gonna take.
A brain in a jar.
That's what I just said.
How many hosts of these gay infected?
A dazed woman is trapped inside the pod. She doesn't notice you.
Not surprising. And up here, there's another brain in a jar, which I'm also gonna take.
Another brain.
That's literally what I just said.
This might unlock those controls next to the pod.
And what does this one do? I succeeded in Arcana check, but it didn't say what it translates to. Perfect. There we go.
As you place your hand on the pod, you hear something. A presence connected to the pod, commanding the person inside to change.
Change her. Changed at the pull of a lever. How? If we are not purified, this may be our fate.
Well, that was foul.
We need to get out of here before it's our turn.
The newborn mind flayer stares at you, weak and dazed.
Sadly, I don't think I can break into the pod and kill it. Alright, let's do this.
The console appears dormant.
Again, some
The console
classes,
hums to life.
you can bypass getting this rune
What is its
altogether.
purpose? Will it free the captive or transform her like that other unfortunate?
No, I think the capsules are indestructible no matter how good your stats are.
Pulsing glow and organic lines of the device make it seem more like a beating heart than a machine.
Or at the very
This device
least.
is different from the one that caused the other captive to transform. Perhaps it will open the nearby pod.
I mean, I could try throwing a bomb at one, but I think I might kill whatever's inside. Great for the mind flayer, not great for this particular character.
Suddenly, you feel a hideous squirming in your head. A parasite. Then discomfort fades, and another sensation washes over you. Connection. Authority.
I can also think of better uses for a bomb than killing a mind flayer.
You feel the biomechanical brain of the console process your command and yield to it. A shiver runs across your mind. You feel sated.
At last. Thought I was done for. I thought that damn thing was going to be my coffin. Thank you.
Your mind lurches into her thoughts. Her gratitude is mixed with wariness, because you have a gift with you.
You keep dangerous company.
Yeah, a lot of the illicit options are only a 2, which you can in fact fail if you roll a 1, even with bonuses, because a 1 is a critical failure. A 20 is a critical success.
More that Gith have a problem with everyone else. But there's more important matters right now. Survival. Let me come with you. We can get off this ship and watch each other's backs along the way. Shadowheart. One moment. It's nothing. Trust me.
Enough of this chatter. We need to get to the helm. Now.
She's right. Lead on.
Shadowheart is another character I intend to keep in the party, primarily because she's like the only built-in healer. Although playing a bard, I might not need her. But she also has a lot of story impact, and I think she's beneficial to have in the party. There's actually specifically one spot in Act 2 that you don't need her, but it makes a lot more sense if she's in your party for it. So give me just a sec with these. She also has guidance, which is fantastic for this game because it gives you a +4 on your ability checks. Like, you get to roll an extra d4 for your ability checks, which is huge. She also has resistance, which gives you an extra d4 on your saving throws. So, really a handy character to have around in general. She's kind of a bitch, though. That'll work.
Have a lot on my mind.
All right.
And, well, in it.
I picked up a key in the other room that I can use to open this. All right. Moving along. I'm actually kind of concerned what's going to happen in the next room, since apparently everybody realizes I'm not a thrall, as it were, because I failed a check on the brain.
We are nearing the helm. Once inside, do as I say. Who put you in charge? I'll trust my own judgment.
Kanyank.
Oh, good.
We will deal with the Geich after we escape.
We need to get out of here, now.
Was genuinely concerned they would not know.
Think you can take me on?
Let my name be known.
You don't have to destroy everything in this room, by the way. I think you can run past them to get to the console. Why waste experience, though?
Need to stay focused.
On I go.
I didn't kill this one because I used a bonus action that does non-lethal damage. But I still got experience for it, so we're gonna let that ride. So there's a trophy for killing this guy. It's really hard to do, though, and if you kill him, the Mind Flayer starts attacking you, so it's really not to your benefit to kill him.
Time to strike. On the move.
Let's finish this.
Like I said, the goal is to get to the other side of the room. But you can loot bodies along the way. Get some goodies. I have gotten the trophy. I did it on a file where I was playing on easy, though.
Very well.
Hurry, before they strike!
And I can't attack anything because I used my action to dash up here. Bonus action?
Time to strike.
What is... oh. There we go.
What's the plan? On my way.
Yeah, I played on easy a lot at the beginning because I was having a lot of trouble with the game. But if I go back and try and play on easy now, it's like almost infuriatingly easy.
The ground, we're dead.
Oh, my battery level's low. That's fine. I've got another controller plugged in if I need it. I actually swapped out because I thought this controller would be more charged. I thought
Another
wrong.
step forward.
I will ascend.
Uh, 2 damage. It was a lousy shot. She's probably got a +1 to damage.
What should I do?
She rolled a 1.
Bleed for me.
And I think I've got enough movement left.
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
The helm's alien transponder. You made it in time.
I'm really curious as to how the tentacled console works. Like, do you just magically know which tentacles take you where? Is it thought-based? I feel like it's probably thought-based. Like, you think about where you want to go and connect tentacles. That, or we just got very, very lucky. Well, the parasite might help her know, actually. I really love the what the hell look on your character's face when they realize they're floating 2 feet above the ground.
As you wake, the tadpole squirms in your skull. Other than the infection, you're more or less intact. A miracle, given everything you've been through, but it'll all be for nothing if you don't find help soon. The tadpole is a death sentence, and the clock is ticking. You need a cure.
Alright, this is officially the main map for Act 1. You can't tell yet because it only shows you where you've been, but it's huge.
Fresh water. There must be a settlement somewhere nearby.
This looks like seawater to me. That or it's one hell of a river. What with a beach and clamshells and everything. And who have we here? Just...
You're alive. I'm alive. How is this possible?
The main point of the game, at least right now, is to try and find a cure for the parasite. I feel like if I answer whether or not it's part of the whole game, I'm giving away a big part of the plot, so I'm gonna leave that unanswered. Oh my gosh, this is great.
The Divine tend to keep their interventions close to the chest. Though, I suppose it's not impossible.
I've heard bards have the best unique dialogues, and anytime you see a dialogue with a class or a race in brackets like that, you only have access to it if you're playing that class or race. I almost always go for the unique dialogues.
No, I don't recognize this place. But anything's an improvement on where we just came from. First things first, we need supplies, shelter, and most of all, a healer. We might have escaped, but we still have these little monsters in our heads. We need each other, and we both know what's at stake. Can't think of better company. One thing, just before we go. I wanted to thank you again for freeing me. It would have been all too easy for you to run right past my pod, but you didn't. I'll remember that. Lead the way.
So if you don't rescue Shadowheart from her pod, she will not be laying on the beach here. She's somewhere else. I'll point that out when I get there. But for right now, we're just gonna walk along the beach, loot all the dead fishermen that got smashed when the ship crashed on the beach. My bad. And look for things to do. Oh my gosh, I found a hat. See, I know all the barrels and stuff on the beach are random because I've found different things in them every time I've played the game. And I've played Act 1 like 5 times. I also love the books. I have one file where I was collecting the books, and I collected over 200 different books. Some of them are pretty bland, like this, but a lot of them have like world building and lore in them, which I really appreciate from a game. Oh yeah, this is the guy with the letter. I've heard you can find the person who wrote the letter later in the game, but I've never found them. So I'm gonna steal the letter. I'm actually going to steal a lot of letters, and maybe I should pick up something to put them in. So actually, I'm gonna go back over here and pick up this pouch. So one of the things I like is the game gives you these, the alchemy pouch, the camp supplies, and the keychain. And there are certain items that'll automatically go into these. But you can also pick up other containers like backpacks, pouches, bags, things like that, and use them to help sort your items. Just so your inventory doesn't get too cluttered. You can also, and I'll show you where these go later, send things to camp to keep your inventory uncluttered. Oh hey, I have a level up. Let's do that. I was collecting books for the character, not for myself. She would also collect books. Oh, I get a new spell. What spells are available? What spells do I want? I'll take this one. Oh good, bards have the option to replace their spells. So this happens for sorcerers too, where if a spell's not working for you, you can swap it out for a different spell that you have available to learn. It's not available to all magic classes though. I know wizards can't do it, and clerics can't do it, but that's probably because of the way their spells work. I actually want to replace Shield of Faith with something else. Let's do Bane instead. I think I get more use out of Bane. Well, that's a good... I'll put that over there. It's like having a whole extra short rest. So short rests are one of the ways you can heal in the game. You get 2 short rests per 1 long rest. And I'll show a long rest later. But with Song of Healing, it's like getting 3 short rests. That could be really useful. Like I said, I've never played a bard, so... And there's no bard that I've come across that you can recruit. I could probably do like a hireling bard, which is like a character without a background or story that you can add to your party, but I feel like that would take away from the rest of the experience. Oh no, I don't want the bottle. Put the bottle back. This is a quick travel point, so you can find these, and it'll let you warp to different places on the map. And this door is where Shadowheart would be if you didn't rescue her from the pod, trying to break into whatever this is.
We get that open easily. Maybe there's another entrance.
I want to say this is a 20 check if you want to lockpick it. I can't lockpick it anyway because I don't have any thieves' tools. Animal Friendship would be a good spell for me. However, I've only encountered a few places it would be useful in gameplay. And I have friends, and I feel like friends has worked where I would have used animal friendship. I could be wrong, though.
More of those wretched things.
I think there's intellect devourers over there, which is what she was referring to. I'll deal with them in a second. Right after I finish looting all the poor people who are dead on the beach. Alright, I wonder if I can sneak up and get a surprise round on these things. Well, this one's dead. Because these things are actually deceptively difficult with only 2 people in your party. Oh, I'm not close enough.
Don't mind if I do.
Surprise!
Better stay back. One strike could be lethal.
Oh, Shadowheart's not even in the fight yet. Why couldn't you kill it? I needed 5 damage to kill it.
I won't give in.
I gotta waste the whole extra turn killing this thing now. Do damage on something else. No, they're too far away.
Have to keep going.
And she already used her action before the battle started. Animal friendship would be great for me in the real world, not gonna lie. There we go. They're too close for me to use a distance spell, so just... There you go.
You fight well. Perhaps our survival isn't such a distant prospect.
Fight well, stand in the back and cheer. Oh no, don't give the gold to the intellect devourer. Abducted nobleman? Oh, he's got a lot of money. Oh, there's a chest up there. Oops. All right. Oops. So I tend to be pretty aggressive with the camera when I play games, so if I make anybody dizzy, you guys will have to tell me. I think the camera is pretty good in this game, though, for the most part. Alright, where are we? I'll go this way. Most of the characters you can recruit in the game you can find around the beach. There's one other permanent party member besides Shadowheart and Lae'zel I want to add. Oh hey, a liar. Do I think I have good lockpicking? Let's try. I just picked up a thieves kit.
Look at the wrist.
Guidance. Oh, I don't think I can fail this unless I roll a 1. Famous last words, it was a 2. And I barely passed it. No, hey, a helmet. What does the helmet do? Dexterity saving throws. I don't think I have proficiency in light armor. I don't think... Oh, I do have proficiency in light armor. Do I want to wear a helmet? The helmet looks ridiculous. Let's wear it, but hide it. No one will know. I saw it. There it is. I'm not that bad with the camera. I feel like I only lost control of it a little bit. Oh, is this the little side path? Yeah, I missed this side path my first time through the game. Little alcove on the beach. There we go.
Deep grooves in the mud around that rock.
Well, I'm glad one of us noticed that. I don't think I'm strong enough to move the rock. Shadowheart probably can move it a little bit. There we go. There's a little box underneath it. There we go. Oh! Somebody's close by and needs help. I'll go investigate that in a second. Right after I steal this. Alright. Let's go investigate the voice. It is further away over here. Here we go. This, for the record, is my favorite character in the game.
Hurry! I've got one of those brain things cornered. There, in the grass. You can kill it, can't you? Like you killed the others?
Of course I can. This is probably not going to end well for me.
Can you see it?
Just a dumb boar. You're relieved until you see the flash of a dagger.
See?
I just need information. I saw you scuttling about on the ship. You're in league with them, aren't you? Those tentacle... Ah!
Your mind twists. You're looking out of unfamiliar eyes, prowling dark, busy streets. You try to hold the memory, but it fades to the worm. The light. The fear.
What was that? What's going on? It's those tentacled monsters. Whatever they did, whatever they put in us, just created a connection. They took you too. I saw it during whatever just happened. And to think, I was ready to decorate the ground with your innards. Apologies.
I mean, I'm a pretty basic bitch. This character is popular with a lot of people, whether because his lines are hilarious or because his voice is delightful. I accept your apology.
A kindred spirit. My name's Astarion. I was in Baldur's Gate when those beasts snatched me. Is that so? We clearly move in different circles.
Rude.
So, do you know anything about these worms?
I know we
No.
don't want them in our head.
Of that much we can be certain. These worms are already affecting me. I can feel it. Now, what to do about it? You know, I was ready to go this alone, but maybe sticking with the herd isn't such a bad idea. And you seem like a useful person to know. All right. I accept. Lead on.
New party members' levels scale with your current party, so he comes with a level up. The game lets you choose the level ups for your characters, so he comes ready to be level 2, but they don't make any decisions for me. I'm still allowed to make all the leveling decisions for his character, which I really like. It doesn't force you to do anything. But this is the last party member I wanted, if that wasn't obvious from the fact that I said he was my favorite character. But let's give him that level up. I mean, even if he wasn't my favorite character, a rogue is a really valuable character to have. Because of all the extra goodies they get. Like bonus action dash hide disengage and sneak attack. There we go.
All's well that ends not as bad as it could have.
Oh. I think if you go back over this way, you can find the boar that ran off. No, come back. Do I have speak with animals? Did I take that? I did. Let's talk to him.
Away! Away! You're all the same. Too many of my kind died because of your spears, but not me!
Well, all right then. And I think there's one more character relatively close by, but I'll probably find a couple of other things before I find him. Like some dead mind flayers. I also don't plan on using the other character too much. Like maybe some, but I don't like him very much. I like him better in the last playthrough I did. I don't like him very much when I'm playing the sorcerer.
Footprints. There may be even more that survived the crash.
Oh, well.
Dead goblins over there. Worth checking for supplies, maybe.
Something's amiss with that room. It seems unstable.
Yeah, I was more concerned about that than the dead goblins.
Approach the sigil on the stone. Magic glitters and swirls from it erratically, as if malfunctioning. It looks slightly dangerous.
Oh my gosh, touch the dangerous thing. Nothing can go wrong.
A hand? Anyone?
Hello?
Just your average traveler stuck between realms. Pull me out, we'll get properly introduced.
Oh, you can do this as a sorcerer too. I feel like the DC's higher on a sorcerer though. Maybe I'm remembering wrong.
Whatever you're doing is working wonders. Now a quick little pull should do the trick.
I think that option's primarily there for people without any strength or dexterity. I have dexterity, but my charisma's higher, so this was easier.
Hello. I'm Gale of Waterdeep. Apologies. Usually better at this.
at introductions.
Say, but I know you, don't I? In a manner of speaking. You were on the Norse Lloyd as well.
How did you get stuck
I
in a
don't know what
rock?
transpired exactly, but the ship broke into pieces and I suddenly found myself in freefall. As I was plummeting to certain death, I spied a glimmer quite near where I estimated my body to impact with less than savory propulsion. Recognizing this glimmer to be magical in nature, I reached out to it with a weaving of words and found myself on the other side, as it were. How about you? How did you survive the fall?
Weaving with a capital W. Gale is a wizard.
Fair enough. But even so, I have the unfortunate suspicion your survival is still very much in jeopardy. Back on the ship, you too were on the receiving end of a rather unwelcome insertion in the ocular region. Were you not? The insertee we speak of, this parasite? Are you aware that after a period of excruciating gestation, it will turn us into mind flayers? It's a process known as ceramorphosis, and let me assure you, it is to be avoided. You don't happen to be a cleric by any chance, do you? A doctor? Surgeon? Uncannily adroit with a knitting needle?
Uncannily adroit with a knitting
You seem to know enough
needle.
about our condition to realize it's beyond most clerics' skills.
Most, no doubt, but I find myself hoping to be in the presence of the few. You don't happen to be one of them. As we've established, few enough can. It's not exactly a common affliction. We're most certainly going to need a healer, and soon, too. How about we lend each other a helping hand once more and look for a healer together? Most excellent. A parasite shared is a parasite halved, or something to that effect. Oh, but before you think you're about to embark on a journey with most ill-mannered a man, thank you for pulling me out of that stone. It was an act of foresighted kindness, I assure you. I have the feeling ample opportunities will present themselves for me to return the favor.
So like I said, Gale's a wizard. If you talk to him again.
You're not versed in magic, are you? No matter to worry the unlettered over. If you meet any elder wizards, let me know. There is a matter I'd like to seek advice on from a master.
So, the difference between wizards and sorcerers are sorcerers have inborn magic. They're just naturally magical. And wizards study magic to learn it. So, if you talk to him and you're a sorcerer, you can say, magic is my whole life. And he'll be like, oh no, I'm sorry. I meant, are you studied in magic? Meaning, are you a wizard? Which you are not. I think wizards and sorcerers in Dungeons and Dragons famously don't get along. So I kind of don't like Gale because I usually play a sorcerer and he's kind of just a dick.
And it's hurt.
That thing's bound to be dangerous even if injured. Best be careful.
So apparently this is a little bit different. I guess in some early builds of the game, this Mind Flayer had a bunch of fishermen enthralled and had them thinking that he was the fisherman's daughter, so they were like desperately trying to pull him out of the wreckage. That's been cut from the full release, and I'm not sure why, but I've never played those scenes.
Monster. This is the thing that abducted you. You could end its life here and now, if only you didn't feel compassion. Compassion. Yes, you feel hate, and you deserve to be punished for it. You should be whipped, made to bow before this creature in shame. It's possessing your mind, forcing you to love it, but then the feeling slips. The creature's mind seems to focus elsewhere. The monster lies exhausted, defeated. Its eyes, wet orange pearls, radiate malice.
Oh, that's foul.
Monster. Death is too good for it.
I guess I can level up Gale even if I don't plan on using him.
I applaud your taste.
There's a couple of points in the later game where I might consider bringing him into the party. Evocation's a good wizard subclass. You can specialize your wizard in pretty much any kind of magic. Evocation is basic attack magic, so I think that offers the best options. But wizards, like I said, learn their magic, so instead of swapping out when you level up, you just have different magic spells you learn, and you can only have a certain number of your learned spells prepared. You can change them anytime.
Still alive, so that's progress.
So they have a little bit more variability and utility than something like a wizard, or like a sorcerer rather, that is kind of stuck with their spells until their next level up. Alright. So I'm just letting Gale hang out until I get the last party member I actually want. Is there a chest up there, or is it just a really annoying ledge to jump up to? It's just a really annoying ledge to jump up to. Let's go this way. Trying to decide whether I want to go to the chapel or grab the last party member I want from around here. I'm kind of leaning towards grab the last party member. Although, let's go to camp. So a lot of party interactions, cutscenes, character development happens in camp. You also have the Traveler's Chest in camp, which is over here. Traveler's Chest is basically a place to store things you don't actively want, like in your inventory taking up slots. I also pre-ordered the game, so I have like some bonus stuff in here. I usually sell it because I don't actually like the way it looks all that much. But like the extra food and things and potions are nice. These are also nice sorting containers. I also usually steal like a camp supplies pouch from someone and keep it in camp, because the food and stuff that you carry actually gets really heavy, and there is an encumberment system. Like your movement can suffer if you're carrying too much weight. Your ability checks can also suffer if you're carrying too much weight. So I tend to keep a camp supplies bag in my traveler's chest and periodically send all the food and stuff I pick up here. Just so I don't get bogged down by it too much. There we go. But resting is, long resting is how you get your uses of short rest back. It also gives you all your spell slots back, because you'll lose spell slots for using leveled spells. However, a full rest will take up camp supplies, the food and stuff, I don't need a full rest, so I'm going to do a partial rest, but I wanted to do a long rest to open up some cutscenes and stuff, interact with people around the camp. Like Astarion.
So, we're resting here. Turning in for the night. I suppose. I'm not really sure what I expected, really. This is all a little new. The night normally means bustling streets, bursting taverns. Curling up in the dirt and resting is, a little novel. I'm in no place to rest yet. Today has been a lot. I need some time to think things through. To process this. You sleep. I'll keep watch.
Oh, I'm sure he's completely trustworthy.
The pleasure is all mine. Sweet dreams.
He's not. This man is a walking red flag.
So, we've picked up a wizard who managed to get stuck in his own portal. Hardly a promising introduction.
Well, that's technically not wrong.
So tell, I'm a magistrate back in the city. It's all rather tedious.
These little exclamation marks are usually personal quest advancements or like extra bigger scenes.
What were you two talking about? You and the pale fellow.
Are you jealous, sweetie?
I see. I'd be careful with Astarion.
You know, you're not wrong.
Trust is a rare currency. Not sure I'd spend it on someone who drew a knife on me moments after I met them. Let's hope we rapidly find a healer. You seem reliable. I think you know how important it is that we find someone who can cure us. Best if we focus on that. Good. We might even get lucky and find one right away. As I see it, we're overdue some good fortune. Rest well. I've heard you can't get blood from a stone, but apparently you can get a wizard from one. Gale seems interesting.
I actually really like Shadowheart's outfit. I may have stolen it and made her wear my clothes on a different file because the clothes your character starts with are ugly and boring.
There's no story. None that you're entitled to hear, anyway. Just forget you ever saw it. Must we? No harm in a little mystery, don't you think? I should hope not. Have you ever heard the people who want to talk about themselves? I'm doing you a favor.
Wow. Fine.
Thank you. I'm sure we'll get along perfectly well.
You know, considering the kind of playthrough I intend this to be, Shadowheart and I are either going to get along really well or really poorly.
Go to hell.
Rude.
Ha! You're a good sport. Go to hell. An everyday expression. So trivial it's almost meaningless. But we've seen hell. It's real. And it isn't trivial. Devils, dragons, mind flayers. They used to be abstracts. Pictures on a piece of paper. What a difference a day makes. Now we have tadpoles slithering through our heads like carnivorous feti. That's not abstract.
Gale likes to use $10 words.
Point well made. I see. I'll wake you bright and early. We'll need to find a healer before the wee one gets hungry.
You know, before the brain-eating worm eats our brains. So like I said, I'm going to do a partial rest because I think it would take, yeah, all my supplies to do a full rest, and I'm at full HP and haven't used any level spell slots.
A calm night is a mercy, yet your eyes refuse to stay closed. Every time they flicker shut, the tadpole seems to twitch behind them. Dragons, gears, and the hells themselves have come after you. Yet it is this creature that lingers in your skull.
And
you will find it, no matter the cost. Your life is your own. No wriggling tadpole is going to change that. Sleep claims you. Determination buoyed by gentle dreams.
Can we take a moment to appreciate that Astarion sleeps in a completely different position from everybody else? A couple of other characters do that too. It's because he's an elf, and elves don't sleep. Ever. So they basically meditate. Speaking of party...
How can I help?
You... Oh, let's do this
Let's
first.
see. I hail from Waterdeep, City of Splendors. I am a wizard of considerable acclaim and scholar of exceptional accomplishment. I have a cat, a library, and a weakness for a good glass of wine. And if the mood takes me, I'm known to try my hand at poetry. There.
You know, you'd be a delight if your ego were just a little bit smaller.
Certainly. That I have a great respect for privacy, for instance, especially my own.
Rude. Fine. You can stay here.
Question the wisdom of that decision, but so be it.
Just stay
I'll be
here.
here in the meantime, idling away the hours.
You do that. All right. So I think I am going to pick up one more party member before doing the other thing I want to do.
Broken. Must have been here a while.
I think it's...
Another broken trap. Who made these things?
There we go.
You think it sticks?
Zoru was right. Yellow as a toad, twice as ugly.
The thing's dangerous. Leave it for the goblins to kill.
And if it escapes, how will you... Oh, a guest.
Your skull pounds in response to the prisoner's white-hot stare. Her lips don't move, yet you hear her voice.
Get rid of them.
Oh gods! You've caught a scout! The Gith invasion force is right behind me! Save yourselves! This is why I took the cantrip Friends. It gives you advantage, so you roll 2 dice and take the higher. Pro tip though, don't use Friends on the people in your party. It makes them angry.
Hells, this isn't worth it. I'm out of here.
Enough gawking. Get me down.
Say please.
Never.
Just gonna let these guys walk away. Bye.
Observe and listen. You'll hear goblins before you see them.
As you say.
I'm using a tiny hand crossbow. This is going great. There we go.
The tadpole hasn't yet scrambled all your senses. Auspicious. But the longer we wait, the more it consumes. My people possess the cure for this infection. I must find a creche. You will join me.
Rude.
Careful. She obviously sees your kindness as weakness. Don't let her take advantage.
It is many things. A hatchery, a training grounds, a shelter. Githyanki protocol is clear. When infected with a Gaith tadpole, we must report to Augustil for purification. You may as well suggest a wyvern bow to worms. The cure I offer will suffice as thanks.
I love how the party I picked out for myself is all incredibly rude.
You have made an ally from Kresh Kalir. Few know such fortune. Call me Lae'zel.
Shadowheart
I'll trust
disapproves.
your judgment, but I won't trust her. Not until I've gotten the measure of her.
You've a sharp tongue, elf. Would that your mind proved its equal.
Half elf. I suppose the finer details are lost on a creature like you.
Come. The Horned Ones mentioned a camp. One there, this Zoru, has seen Githyanki. A creche must be near. We will ask this Zoru where he has seen my kin.
Alright. Another thing you might have noticed about this party is they're all horribly racist. We're gonna work on that. Let's talk to Lae'zel first.
Chatter already? Taski.
Delightful.
I expect I am your first. Of course you haven't. They would have cut you from navel to neck. You are no less alien to me than I am to you. I know of your kind, but I do not often encounter them. That large, fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake.
Oh my gosh, thanks!
It was an observation, not a compliment. No matter. I do not intend to stay long in this place. I understand much beyond your comprehension. More to the point, I know the cure for our condition. It is imperative we locate a creche. You do well to observe more and question less. Yes, in great detail. It starts with a fever and memory loss. Then you start to hallucinate. Your hair falls out, and you bleed from every orifice. Your bones will change form. Your jaw will split to allow room for 4 great tentacles. All skin will turn to gore, and be shed to reveal new flesh underneath. Then you have ceased to exist, and a mind flayer is born.
Right.
Because I do not intend to let this happen. Not to me, and if you stick with me, not to you. We must find my kind and be rid of the parasite. It's as simple as that. The first symptoms should have long since started, though. That is what puzzles me. Yes, if you give it no further thought. But anomalies lead to surprises. Bad surprises. Besides, what hasn't happened may yet come to pass.
Alright then. I'm sure these two also have thoughts on Lae'zel.
Lae'zel has a dangerous look in her eyes. Let's just hope she reserves those impulses for any common foes.
I haven't done these two options. Well, that one's to send her back to camp. I haven't done this option because it's always here. And at this point, I think she just says, nothing's happened yet. Because nothing's happened yet.
I am enjoying the latest addition to our little group. Lae'zel is delightful. In a very look at me twice and I'll dismember you kind of way, of course.
I think from a character standpoint, you can trust Lae'zel. Well, not trust Lae'zel. You have to trust Lae'zel because she's the only one who offers you a cure at this point. Yep. She's the only one who seems to know how to do anything about the tadpoles. Alright, but I wanted to go to the chapel now that I have an actual full party. Not this way though. Let's walk down towards the front. I could have done this with Gale, but I'd rather do it with Lae'zel. Oh, I need to level Lae'zel up too.
Oh, enough waiting. I crave blood.
Sometimes the characters will comment on what other characters say while they're in your party, so honestly, Lae'zel probably took what Astarion said as a compliment.
At least things have stayed interesting.
So, chapel entrance, and there are people here.
You're both twice as tall as me, but have half the bloody backbone.
But we don't know what that thing even is. And what about the crypt?
I'm telling you, it's a ship. And the crypt can wait. Mari and Barton have been trying to break in for days. Now we... Stop! Got ourselves competition already. That's our ship.
I think that ship's an invasion force. Run while you can!
Well, in that case, come on you lot. No point in getting killed. Second worm gets the cheese and all.
What?
Second mouse gets the cheese, no?
Nobody's getting any damn cheese! Now move it!
Bye.
It would have been quicker to kill them.
It definitely would not have been quicker to kill them. I have no idea where that balsam was. Oh, it's over here.
That's curious.
I don't think I can do anything about this because I don't have a shovel.
Don't fancy getting my hands dirty. I need a shovel.
Well. Have I tried fighting them? Yes. It's a pain in the butt. And it made me sad because one of them has a letter from like a lover on their person. Alright. Can't get in that way. I'm gonna go back to the main entrance here. Also, I think you get just as much experience for talking your way out of a combat as you do for completing the combat. You can also fall in this hole, by the way. I know, I've done it. I prefer not to, since it drops you into a room surrounded by enemies. It's fantastic. What? Oh, that's fine. He'll get himself loose in a second. Why is there a pig's head in this box? Oh God! Oh no, the bandits left their things. They're my things now. Ooh, another dagger. I need that, because I think Astarion's holding a dagger. Well, actually, scimitar, scimitar. I usually have Astarion carry all the thieves' tools because he's a rogue. Do I have any short swords? No, just scimitars. I think Astarion can dual wield scimitars? He can.
Is that blood?
Alright. Hello?
Everything all right out there?
Gimblebach triggered some trap. He needs help now. Did you hear the crash from when I knocked the trap down?
Oh, I told him it wasn't safe out there. Get inside and I'll rustle up some bandages.
A character with no intelligence and max attack. I've played a character like that. You blunder into every battle in the game. Surprise! Actually, I can do sneak attacks. No, I can't. I thought I could. You missed! He's dual wielding though, so he gets an off shot.
Let's end this. Swift and lethal.
Can you... Okay. Just... Oh my gosh. Just kill the poor man. There you go. Astarion got a free attack there because I think he tried to run away. And you get attacks of opportunity on things that try to run away. But now I'm in a chapel. And presumably there's other bandits in the chapel that have no idea I'm here yet.
Only dust and silence.
Ancient, indecipherable text covers the plaque.
A dead tongue. Whoever worshipped here must be long gone.
More books. Oh, The Unclaimed. I actually really like this book. It's a good little bit of world building, particularly about one of the goddesses in the game. The Lady of Loss, specifically. I kind of want to read it out loud, but I also don't want to spend too much time on books. And if I read every book in the game out loud, we're going to spend a long time on books. Because like I said, I've found over 200 unique books in the game. Some of them do have some really good world building in them, though. I want to see something. Have I gotten... I did! So because I lied my way into the chapel, I got inspiration on Astarion. The way inspiration works in this game is if you fail a roll, you can roll it again. You can have up to 4 inspiration at a time. If your inspiration's full, you still get experience from triggering an inspiration. Just gonna steal all the looters' stuff. There's also a crap ton of camp supplies on this table.
But that will fit in my pack.
Cheese and meat and wine. Water is also technically a camp supply, but it doesn't go in your camp pack, so I tend not to pick it up because it's just added weight. I do carry a few little jugs of water because they have other uses sometimes. A lot of tin. Tin doesn't sell for much. No, it does sell for a decent amount. paintings. Yoink. All right. So, because of the way I lied to get in here, the other thieves are all in here. And if I had been a little sneakier about that, I might have been able to get a surprise round on them. But because I wasn't hiding when I opened the door, now they all know I'm here. So I'm just gonna... Let's see. You have the most HP. Astarian's gonna get out of the way because he's squishy.
Time for a new approach.
Also, that doesn't go there. There we go.
Where do I go from here?
Where do I go from here? Because there's not a whole heck of a lot I, as a bard, can do. Let's do this.
I'm talking. Which up just you?
Oh, that... I've never done vicious mockery before. That's great. He poisoned her. Oh, this is going to go so poorly. Oh, the game's thinking very hard about this person's turn.
Got to move.
Now they've all moved away from the barrels. If they're close enough, you can blow up this barrel because it's an oil barrel. But since everybody's really far away from it, I don't think it's gonna do me any good. This might do me some good though. Distract everybody. Ow. All right. Oh, that broke concentration. So now my invoke duplicity's gone.
Or you break.
So hopefully Lae'zel can do some good. She's a fighter, so we have Action Surge, which once per short rest lets me take an extra action, which I'm going to use because the first round is going poorly. Oh, never mind. Can you sneak over here? Nope, I've been spotted. And no one's within melee, so... Actually, there we go. And go back behind the door.
A subtle approach.
No choice but to keep going.
Actually, how close can I get? Not close enough. They're all kind of clustered together, so I was going to see if I could use Thunder Wave, but I can't get close enough to them. So we'll do this. Nope, can't get close enough for that either. Oh no, that sounds horrendous. Ow. Oh, jeez.
I'm not going to last much longer.
Shadowheart's working on getting herself killed over there. Oh, the game's really struggling with this combat. It's usually not that much of a problem. We're gonna have Shadowheart heal herself. And how much HP are we looking at here? 6? I don't trust you to do 6 with Firebolt, so we're gonna inflict wounds instead. There we go. That did 20! Now I wish I hadn't wasted it on that.
Onward.
Whoa. Is that... Oh, I didn't even realize that was an enemy standing right there. Kill her. You didn't kill her. Then heal yourself. Ooh. The red on the ground was sight lines, so he was hidden, which lets him do sneak attack, which lets him do extra damage. I'm also about to die, so I'm gonna heal myself. And should we drop some more Bardic Inspiration? Well, that's unfortunate. Oh! I don't think she found Astarion. Are you hiding back there? I think he's hiding back there. I don't think I can reach him, so I'm just gonna go for this one standing in front of Astarion. I think Shadowheart has disadvantage because she's poisoned, which is unfortunate because I don't think I can do anything about that right now. Oh! Down! Do you really not see? He does not know I'm here. Hi! Surprise!
Now they see me.
Let's see. She's down, not dead, but I'm out of leveled spell slots. Oh, I can get over there to help her up. So long as you're not dead, you can be healed or helped up by your allies. Healing is better though because help only gives you 1 HP.
Still on my feet.
And also the first turn you stand up, you don't get any action. You do get bonus actions though, so you can drink a potion. No, don't kill me again. Floor's on fire, so we're gonna jump over that. Hi. I think actually I can do sneak attack. Yeah, because Lae'zel's within 5 feet. You can do sneak attack either if you're hidden or if you have an ally within 5 feet. That was a good one. That was a $5 insult. There we go. We only died a little bit.
Off we go then.
Short rests give you HP, restore some abilities, but does not restore spell slots. Or Bardic Inspiration, apparently. Ooh. Now I'm gonna steal things off the looters and look around the chapel more. Did you see that book that came up when I searched? This one? This book of people's last words? My favorite's the middle one. Or, you're blocking my light. Come see this! It's That's fantastic. Ooh, thieves' tools. Can also steal the armor off them, but at this point I don't think any armor that they're wearing is better than the armor I have on my party. Speaking of the armor I have on my party, actually, some of the descriptions for the armor they come with is unique. Yeah. While the stitching on the shirt is rushed and uneven, the chainmail is sturdy and the garment is decorated with an obsidian disc that seems to swallow all light. If you find another chain shirt, like if you buy a plain chain shirt, it doesn't say that. This is specifically the one that Shadowheart comes with. Their camp clothing and underwear has unique dialogue about it too. If pants could brood. I like the description of Astarian's underwear. Embroidered into the cloth. If you're reading this, you managed to bed or behead me. Either way, you got lucky. No, I think mine just states that it's plain. Yep. That's fine. I'll steal better underclothes later. I have a plan. It will be a long time before I can carry out the plan, but I have a plan. There were thieves' tools over here somewhere. There they are.
No traps, please.
Here's some clothes. Nothing fun, though. Like I said, it'll be a long time before I get the camp clothes I want. You can also get some really nice clothes, like, later in the game. And by later in the game, I do mean Act 3, unfortunately. So, you know, like 60 to 90 hours down the road. Oh, actually, that book, Death and Divinity, A Godly Guide, this is also a really good lore-building book. Because I think it talks about how Kelimvor took over for the previous god of death. Because I think Kelimvor is the world's current god of death, but there was a god of death before him, and some things happened, and now it's not him anymore. You can also pick up all these books and sell them. They do sell for a pretty decent price. They're heavy, though, and this is not a strength-oriented party aside from Lae'zel, so I don't want to carry too much crap, but they are worth a decent chunk of change for early game. My cat's attacking my microphone, so I am sorry in advance if there's a big smashing noise coming from it.
You do not recognize the language on the plaque.
Chapel records. So a lot about death in this chapel.
What's that?
What's that?
What was that?
It was the lever to open this door. For the record, if you check this door, it's locked, and it tells you lock picking's impossible. So I don't know what happens if you fail the perception check to notice the button. I assume you have to find another way in.
This place wasn't built for the living.
Oops. Actually, I want to give this to Shadowheart and have her hold on to those. I want to see something with those later. I also thought I picked up a ring that I didn't add to wares. I don't see it now, though. I also don't typically carry all of the potions on me. I usually give them to somebody else to carry. Usually Shadowheart. I'm also not going to need Speak with Animal potions because I have it as a spell. I mean, if I want to save the spell slot, it would be nice to have the potion, but I never remember to do that. Oh, there's that ring. You can also, I don't think... Oh, she is strong enough. You can pick up these chests and sell them or use them for extra storage in your inventory. They're kind of heavy, though. I've used them at camp for organization, though. I love the narrator in this game. She does a delightful job. There's also a voice clip of her on TikTok saying, well, if it isn't the consequences of your own actions, which is hilarious and delightful. Actually, I think I want the locked door first, so the door on this side.
Wonder what's past this.
I usually use Astarion for lockpicking, but I think my character's dexterity is high enough to do some of these lower checks. Yeah! The character I usually play has a dexterity of 8, so she literally cannot unlock
scribes.
anything.
But no sign of a struggle.
I wonder what was so subversive about their words that they commanded protection.
Yes, indeed. I don't know if I ever got a satisfactory answer to why the scribes commanded protection. This lever unlocks the hatch we found outside, by the way. I don't want to exit that way, though. I just want it to unlock it for future use if I need it. This was also habit. I actually want to keep the scrolls on me because I don't have a lot of damage doing spells, and it might actually be useful to have scrolls. I usually use them on Shadowheart because she runs out of spell slots very quickly healing. Oh hey, a key! I'm stuck. There we go. I think in here is the first time we find, yeah, soul coin.
A strange coin. I wonder what it's worth.
What it's worth, indeed. And
Looks like
a book.
wanted to bury their secrets.
A book of dead gods. Do I want to pick this up? Yeah, I'll pick it up.
This book is far lighter than it should be with such a massive lock.
I was trying to decide if I wanted to pick it up or if I wanted to let a different character pick it up. I don't have any strength, so I guess we'll try to open it with Arcana. That's a really high check. I should have let somebody else pick it up. Oh, I got it.
As the lock opens, a loose page comes with it. Magic pulses from the parchment. What was once script is now an obliterated scrawl. You have a sense these are names, a list. But of what?
Oh, that's a much lower check.
Gods. These are the names of gods, once lost but now restored after the Second Sundering. The last three names in this book sit close together, but are so devastated by the scrawl as to be unreadable. Entire pantheons have dwindled and been reborn, silently recorded by this book.
Inspiration for Shadowheart for reading the book. Here we go. And then if we come back out here.
A monument to a forgotten god. How quaint.
Everybody failed that religion check, including the cleric. Well, this is Jurgle, the old god of the dead. So the reason this chapel is abandoned is because it worships the previous god of the dead instead of the current god of the dead.
Inscription is in a language unknown to you.
There's apparently no way this party's ever going to know that, though.
That might be worth a look.
This was a bad idea.
Hells. Something just woke up down here.
This battle's not terrible. It just sucks.
The darkness can be to our advantage.
Thank you, Shadowheart. It just sucks because everybody starts over here in the corner where the door was opened. There's also this... I hate this guy because he's over here in the corner and he's hard to get to. Actually, I want Shadowheart as far out there as possible. Remember what I said about Shadowheart running out of spell slots? I've been in one battle with her and she's out of spell slots. Cantrips only.
Well, so much for peace. On my way.
I've still got 2 spell slots left, though. What should I do with them? Let's try this. Wow. That was worth it.
Victory awaits.
I'm actually gonna just skip the steps to get out there faster. Oh, actually kill that. Can you kill that? No, you don't have enough movement left. Oh no, not silent. It's gonna make such a difference on my cleric who has no spell slots left. Silence is a great spell to have because it prevents spellcasters from casting a lot of their spells because there's a verbal component. It also, if you're, say, sneak attacking someone, prevents them from yelling for help. Not that I would ever do that.
Moving.
It is just a bubble, though.
Let's do this.
Come on, can't stay idle.
Oh. My bard also can't do anything when she's silenced. There we go. Oh, I broke his concentration on his very useful silence.
awaits. Ketazeth.
Can you even hit anybody from up there, Astarion? Yes. It was like a
Talk to me.
corner shot. That was great.
Down with you.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
I'm sorry. The quotes for Vicious Mockery are fantastic.
Swift and lethal.
Again. I mean, how much damage can you do with a Vicious Mockery? Really?
Let's do it.
Wow. That was a good shot, especially because I think Astarion's currently using a short bow that he shot all the way across the room with.
On the move.
With disadvantage.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Listen up.
How much?
What path lies before me?
There, just stand there. I feel like you can see him from there. There you go.
It vexes me to know of you.
I am fury. I am death.
It vexes me to know of you sounds like something I would say. There we go.
Want to surrender their valuables, even after death.
I'm
Let us
not
fill our
gonna...
packs and depart. The dead need no trinkets, but we might make use of them.
I'm not going to loot those corpses because I already looted them. They're the ones that were all around the room that I looked at when I came in.
Effort to hide one sarcophagus.
There might be something good in here, though.
I'm so tired. How do people do this all day?
That was essentially Astarion saying he wants to take a long rest, which we will do shortly, probably. I feel like this has been a day's worth of activities. So that amulet I just picked up, this one gives you the ability to cast Speak with Dead for free. Speak with Dead is a really good utility spell. I usually put this on Shadowheart, but I'll put it on the Bard for simplicity's sake. Is there a plaque? There is a plaque. What does the plaque say?
Here lies the guardian of tombs. Through knowledge comes atonement.
Well, that's not ominous.
So he has spoken, and so thou standest before me, right as always. What a curious way to awaken. Now, I have a question for thee. What is the worth of a single mortal's life?
Little spooked by the crawling out of the tomb bit. What are you?
I am not the same as those thou hast slain, if that is what thou askest. Wilt thou answer my question?
That wasn't really what I was asking. but sure.
So, I ask again, what is the worth of a single mortal life?
I love the unique tiefling dialogue here, just because it really kind of gives you an idea of how much tieflings are disliked by the rest of the world. Oh, I love this response though. It's very bardly.
A life and how it is lived are different equations. Very well. I am satisfied. We have met, and I know thy face. We will see each other again at the proper time and place. Farewell.
Bye. Alrighty then.
That should more than suffice.
We'll go ahead and take a long rest. Oh yeah. I don't know if Withers actually ever does tell you his name directly. I'm trying to think if I've ever heard him say his name. I'm not sure that I have. Oh, hi, Gale.
A Githyanki joining our company. Not a collaboration I'd have anticipated, but a welcome one nonetheless.
Sure. Also, since we're in the chapel, I'd like to point out I really like that the camp is different depending on where you set up. Like, the camp itself isn't like a specific off-map location. It depends on where on the main map you set it up. So we camped in a chapel, so our camp is like in an unknown room in the chapel. Hello?
We meet again, as predicted. I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast need of my services.
Withers is the one you can get hirelings from. So if you permanently kill or a party member you're using leaves and you need to replace that role, like say, I don't know, I was using Gale and I made him really angry and he permanently left forever, I could use Withers to get a hireling wizard to replace him. He can also tell us some of the other services he offers.
Threads between life and death. Should thou or any of thy compatriots perish, I will cleave soul to body once more. Because it is my calling, there is little else to explain. Indeed. Farewell.
So if someone dies and you happen to not have a scroll of Revivify, which are expensive, everybody starts with one, but they are expensive, or something like that, if they die some other way, there are some cutscenes that can result in character death. Withers can bring them back. Withers can also change your class. So, like, if I decide I don't like being a bard anymore, I can talk to Withers and be a different class. Or if I make some level up choices that I don't like as a bard, I can talk to Withers and redo those level ups. I like to keep all the clothes I find in the peculiar clothing chest I got as DLC. Because you never know, I might want to wear them. Most of these early game clothes are gross, though. But I'll keep them. Sometimes the hat's funny. I think if you try to kill Withers on your first meeting with him, you fail and he mocks you. I don't know. I've never attacked him. What is happening?
Be with you in a moment. Not a trick, my friend. Magic. Be that as it may. Ceramorphosis. What does it make you think of?
Am I standing behind Gale? Gale was not standing where he was supposed to be standing for this, and I think we may have glitched the game a little bit.
Spot on. Day 1.
I am
fever and
standing
memory
behind
loss.
him.
Day 2. Hallucinations and graying skin. Day 3. Hair loss and blood leaking from all orifices.
He's talking to
Need
the
to go
wall. No, it's fine.
The point is this. Our orifices remain blissfully unblooded, our heads remain clear, and our blood temperature normal. Any expert will agree.
Oh, that's an unnatural twist.
I'll toast to that. The pragmatic in me, however, sees only the silence before the storm. Something to sleep on. We should get some rest.
That was weird. Are you okay?
How can I help?
That's what I want to know. All right, let's see if anybody else has anything interesting to say.
Abominations grow inside us. Our bones should ache. Our mouths should bleed. Yet we thrive. It is madness. Keep your rest short. Time is not our ally.
All right. Shadowheart's over here. Oh, she has bardic inspiration. I'm like, why is she
I
glowing?
couldn't help but overhear. Well, alright, I could have helped, but didn't. Anyway, I feel the same. Other than the occasional mental exchange, it's almost as if we're not infected. The voice on the ship told me I'd become a beautiful weapon. What do you think it meant? Whatever they were, those plans were interrupted by the dragons. Either way, we can't take the lack of symptoms for granted. We have to find a healer. Well, I've said my piece. Get some rest.
That only leaves Astarion.
I saw you getting a lecture from our magical friend.
Yes, you did.
I have to say, I thought you'd look worse, but no. Not a tentacle to be seen.
I really, really like Astarion's voice. He's probably one of my favorite voices in the whole game. Also, just an aside, if anybody's interested, his voice actor has also streamed himself playing this game, and he is also a delight.
It's unexpected, but we shan't complain. I'm not taking anything for granted, of course. First sign of change, and I'll have to stop that pretty little heart of yours.
Oh.
I am open to suggestions. Knives, poison, strangulation, whatever you'd prefer. A classic. One good thrust to the heart, and you're gone. We need a good blade, of course. Don't want to waste time hacking and prodding with a dinner knife. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself.
You are.
This is all a worst-case scenario, obviously.
Obviously.
If the last day has taught me anything, it's that the impossible is more likely than you think. Now, let's get some rest. The sooner we start tomorrow, the better our chances of keeping this hypothetical.
All right. This time, I think I will do a full rest. I'm out of spell slots. It is almost all of my supplies. I'm sure that was perfectly innocent, and nothing will come of that. All right. We're gonna leave the chapel this way. Through the door I didn't go through before.
Watch how you go. There's a trap.
And this is our first instance of traps. I think this whole room is trapped.
Trap.
How you go? There's a trap.
How considerate. Traps. How considerate.
Jesus.
Watch how you go. There's a trap.
There's a trap somewhere that nobody noticed. I think there were 4 perception fails.
Trap. Cautious.
So these traps are all vents and gargoyles, and I don't think any of them trigger unless you try to open this sarcophagus, which I'm not going to do because I don't have a trap disarm kit. I'll come back when I do have one. There was one playthrough I did have a trap disarm kit here, and I have no idea how I got it. Ta-da! This is the door from before. I don't think there's anything in the sarcophagus I usually use, but I think you can sell it for a decent amount of money. Well, that unlocked message was a little bit delayed. And the only downside to exiting the chapel that way is now I have to walk all the way back around. Have I? Yes. I wasn't sure if I looted that mind flayer before or not. You can tell if you've opened something before or not because things you haven't opened. Wasn't this where I killed the other one? I think the body's supposed to still be here if it is. Maybe it wasn't here. If when you hold down R3 and check it, there's an asterisk next to it if you haven't opened it yet. If I walk on this, I'm going to set myself on fire, so I'm going to jump over it. Also, my character's jump distance is atrociously small. Did you see that?
And yet another. Hardly the warmest of welcomes.
I think there's a shovel up here somewhere. There is!
I hear shouting up ahead.
Yeah, we'll deal with that in a second. Yeah, your jump distance is based on your strength, and if you remember when I built this bard, I gave her a strength of 8, so she has a -1 on strength. She is not a strong character. Lae'zel can probably jump really far. I think Shadowheart also has a decent jump distance. Astarion's strength is the same as mine, but he's a rogue, and I think rogue gets some features that make her jump farther. Lae'zel's strength? I think Lae'zel's strength is 17.
Assume nothing.
Yeah. And then Shadowheart's 13.
What to do?
And I think 17 is plus 3. It's every 2 above 10, so 12, 14, 16. I'm gonna come up this hill to trigger this scene.
bloody gate! Nobody gets in! Zevlor's orders! That pack of goblins will be on us any second! What's going on? Goblins are on our tail! Open the gate, Zevlor, now! You let goblins here? Where is the druid? Please! There's no time! By the 9 hells! Open the gate! Damnable roach! Provoke the blade! And suffer its sting.
Oh, there are so many people in this fight. Are there always this many people in this fight? What do I want to do? That's a waste of a leveled spell. I'm not going to do that. I'm very tempted to thunder wave him off the cliff. Instead, I'll just kill him with my sword. I'm not going to kill everyone. There are some people in this fight that are very specifically on my side. I think Astarion might be able to sneak attack from up here. Let's see. No, I don't think I have advantage on anybody. So we'll just... Oh. Well, good try, sweetie.
Just like old times.
Early level combat where nobody can hit anything.
Time to deal some punishment.
Can I even get here?
Taking position.
I can get pretty close, but I can't get on top of him. That's unfortunate. Because I think I've put myself so close that now I'm at disadvantage. Yep, so we'll aim for something else. I'm going to have disadvantage on everything. There we go. Yeah, let's do some bardic inspiration on Lae'zel and see if maybe we can, I don't know, miss a little bit less. I'm standing too far away for Vicious Mockery to hit anything. If I move, this is very dangerous because there's an enemy right there. Move a little closer. There we go. Oh, he was not insulted. Do none of those count as Is anybody? Nope. Move over here. A little closer. I think I have disadvantage because they're so far away. We'll go for it anyway, though. Astarion is the most accurate character right now. I think the allied players are killing more things than I am. That's sad.
I will ascend.
Oops. That was not what I meant to do. This is.
Make way.
I meant to switch to my melee weapon, not the bow. Your mother joke. Jesus. No one can hit the goblin in the corner. Can we appreciate that? Just kill it. Jesus. Thank you. Oh, that was kind of gruesome.
That was the last of them. Inside! All of you! More may follow! Open the gate!
Inspiration! That no one left behind, I think, is because none of the allied adventurers that were locked outside died. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna steal some stuff off these corpses real quick. By the way, if one of the adventurers does die, oh, give those to Astarion, and you loot them, the people inside the grove will not like you for it. It's not bad, it's just they have a slightly lower attitude about you going in. No, don't open the door yet. I'm not ready yet. I want to do something over here in the corner real quick. There's a waypoint over here that I wanted to make sure I triggered because I want to make sure the teleport is working. Alright, now we can go into the grove. I also want to do this.
Better than nothing.
There are children here, you fool!
We was running for our lives.
You led them straight to us, and you let them take the druid too? Unbelievable!
What's unbelievable is how we beat the goblins. You're both heroes.
And who the hell are you again?
Well.
Show some respect. This woman saved your pathetic life.
Well, I didn't ask for any goddamn help.
Please, you were begging me to open the gate. Anything to save yourself, you coward!
Yeah, I would say you were very specifically asking for help.
Twitches. He's about to blow.
Now, children. This is very tempting. If you want me to take both of you down, I will. Otherwise, knock it off.
Enough! Squabbling is pointless. The goblins have found us.
At least we agree on that.
More goblins could be on their way.
I'm more worried about this parasite than a few goblins.
Oh, there's level ups. Why is everybody leveling up but me? It's probably because I was downed in that last encounter.
No time to dally.
I don't want this. I actually want silence. Other than that, we're good. Oh, this is where you can specialize your rogue. So rogues can be arcane tricksters, which is kind of like a mix between a sorcerer and a rogue. You get some magic. They can be assassins, which get high initiative and extra sneak attack damages. Or they can be thieves. I like thieves a lot because they get 2 bonus actions, which for a rogue who can do an offhand attack and hide and dash and all of that as a bonus action is really, really handy. But I think I want to run Astarion as an assassin this time. Does the approval affect things? Yes, it does. Characters with really, really low approval can actually leave the party. There are also certain scenes that don't trigger unless you have high enough approval. I'll show you on the character sheet in a second here. Fighters have specializations too. You can do Battle Master, which is like a strategy type fighter, Eldritch Knight, which is like a magic fighter, like Arcane Trickster is for Rogue, and Champion. Champion's basically about hitting even harder because I think you score a critical if you roll like a 19 as a champion, and there's other ways to lower what you need to roll a critical. I like running Lae'zel as a Battle Master because you get all these extra things. Like Rally's really good because it can give temporary hit points and it's a bonus action, so it basically gives her some healing utility as well. Also like Disarming Attack, which has a chance to make your enemies drop their weapons, and Goading, which makes it so that if you successfully goad an enemy, anytime they try to attack somebody besides you, they have disadvantage, which if you've got squishy characters on the front lines is really handy. So if you look at their character sheets, like Shadowheart here, if you look at the bottom right, it has Bellatrix, which is my character's name, and neutral. So right now she feels pretty average about my character. There you go. Relationship is neutral. Character has no strong feelings towards Avatar. Everybody's probably neutral right now. I don't think I've gotten enough approval on anybody. But yeah, characters will open up to you as your relationship improves. It also makes some roles easier, like you can persuade your companions to do certain things, and the DC's lower the higher your approval rating with that character. So this puts us at right about 3 hours. So I think I'm going to stop here for tonight. I don't want to go too long or too late. I'm not sure when I'm going to stream again. I work next Monday, so I'm either going to stream next Monday evening a little bit earlier at like 5 or 6, or next Monday morning, or sadly not next Monday at all and just have to wait till the following Monday. But we'll see how that plays out. But thanks for watching tonight. And hopefully I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.